Along with all the new school gear, classes, and teachers, parents have another important back-to-school item to remember: vaccinations. Dr. Ron Suprenant joins us to talk about why it's so important to have this on your back-to-school list. And certainly vaccinations are in the news a lot these days for a whole lot of different reasons, Doctor. And thank you for coming in. Let's talk about why it's so important to make sure your child is up to date on all those vaccinations before school starts.
Well, vaccinations are a very safe and effective way to protect your child from a whole lot of illnesses that can be very dangerous and even life-threatening.
And there is so much out there right now. The measles outbreak, measles had all but been eliminated, and now we have all these cases all over the country, and it's a very real thing with the potential for fatal consequences if people aren't vaccinated.
Absolutely. And a survey in 2017 showed that only about 88% of people in Ohio are vaccinated against the measles.
Okay.
So it's a huge opportunity for us to increase the number of people who are up to date on their vaccines.
And there is a lot of information out there, whether it's on social media or various websites, about dangers with this or dangers with that vaccine. But it's the stance in Ohio that this is safe and this is something you should definitely do for you and your family.
Absolutely. So there are some very small risks to some of the vaccines, mostly minor side effects that can occur, but the potential benefit, the lives saved, far outweighs any minor risk.
Let's talk about well-child visits and move beyond just vaccines. Other things you should be doing and making sure your child is healthy before going back to school.
It is recommended that every child have an annual visit with their practitioner. So that's an opportunity for parents to ask questions about diet, about exercise, about sleep. It's also an opportunity for the doctor to evaluate the child and make sure that they're not having any disease that's gone unnoticed, make sure that they're developing normally.
Boy, that sleep conversation is an important one, isn't it? Because once school starts, it's hard to find the time a lot of times to make sure everybody's getting proper sleep.
It's recommended that school-age children have about 9 hours of sleep per night, and that's not usually done. You're right.
Yeah.
And it varies from child to child. Some children actually need more than that.
Yeah, and it's like you say, it's sort of a tough get for a lot of kids. Something I didn't know: August is National Children's Eye Health and Safety Month. I can remember back when I was a kid, you had that at school sometimes, where you get your eyes checked at school. I don't know if that still happens in every school or not, but it's certainly something to be thinking about.
It varies, and the frequency is not as frequent as what we recommend. So it's actually recommended that children have an annual eye exam. And the reason is that children can have an eye problem that goes unnoticed. Their parents may not understand that that's why they're having problems in school or whatever problems they may be having. And the child is used to seeing that way, or the problem can progress slowly, so slowly that it goes unnoticed even by the child.
All right, giving us a lot to think about. Dr. Ron Suprenant from Buckeye Health Plan, thank you so much for coming in once again. It's good to see you. And